Okay, so behind me, I have written out some of the differences in the gram positive versus the gram negative. So this kind of goes into why one is purple and one is pink. So on the gram positives, there's a thicker peptidoglycan layer. And in your textbook, it says gram staining textbook on your handouts that I posted. Um, it has a nice little figure in there that's a great illustration of it. So make sure you go check that out. But there's a thicker peptidoglycan layer in gram positive than there is in gram negative. So think of that peptidoglycan layer as a chain link fence. So there's more, it's still porous, but it's just less porous than the other side. So there's more lipids in a gram negative because there's an outer membrane. Whereas this one has more peptidoglycan, this one has more lipids. So the outer lipid membrane here. So the most important step of the whole gram staining process is that decolorizing, so that alcohol that gets put on there. That's why it's so tedious that we've got to time it out. We've got to do it exactly right. You don't want to overdo it because then you're going to get rid of all your color. You don't want to underdo it because then it might give you a false negative or a false positive. So what happens, that iodine that you add right before the alcohol, in both gram positive and gram negative, it forms what's called the crystal violet iodine complex. So this piece, that's the crystal violet, comes together with this piece that's the iodine, okay? So they form the crystal violet iodine complex. So what happens is that when you decolorize it and you wash it away, that alcohol over here gets rid of those lipids and this complex washes through because there's a thinner, sometimes only just one layer of peptidoglycan. But here, it's much thicker, so this complex is too big to go through this peptidoglycan layer over here. So it stays, it chills, and gives it the purple color. Crystal violet, violet, purple. But over here, it escapes through that thinner layer. So what we do after we decolorize is we counter stain with the safranin. So because this one's already colorized, the bacteria is already linked in, it's good, it's fine. You're going to rinse that safranin off of this and you're going to be left with your purple color if you've done it right. But here, because you decolorized and it washed off that crystal violet, the bacteria is still chilling and it still doesn't have a color. So you give it the safranin and it gives it the pink look. So that's kind of how and why it works. And again, if you have any questions about that, shoot me an email, ask Miss Moss. The whole theory behind it, I feel certain y'all will probably go over that in lecture. If not, we'll talk about it in lab. No big deal. So again, questions or comments, let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.